In this video, we'll review setting up a storage container and an SFTP connection that will allow for sending data from Ndex into the Microsoft Azure platform. The first thing we'll need to do is create a storage container. I'll click on Storage Container, Create. First, you'll choose the subscription you would like to set up the storage container under. You can either use a current resource group or you can create a new one. So I'll click on Create New, and I'll call this Demo Container and click OK. Next, I'll create a storage account name and we'll call this Ndex Demo Container. I'll select a region. In this case, I'll leave it as Canada East. I'll leave the default for performance. For redundancy, I'll choose local redundancy. Click on Next. We'll leave the defaults in place for these settings here, but if you scroll down, you'll want to select Enable Hierarchical Namespace, as well as select Enable SFTP. The rest you can leave as is. Click on Next through the rest of the settings options, and now click on Create. I'll wait for the container to be deployed. The container is now deployed. Click on Go to Resource. Okay, so here we are in the area where we can set up our containers. First thing we'll do is click on Containers, New Container. I'll call this Container Accounts. We'll leave it set up as private access and click Create. Now I want to click into the container and I'm going to add a directory. We'll call it Uploads, Save. So now we've created a folder as a destination for the files we'll be delivering to Azure. I'll go back to the main page for the container. And now I'm going to scroll down and click on SFTP. Click on Add Local User. We'll create a username. We'll call it Ndex Demo. We're going to use a password to authenticate. Click on Next. Select the container, Accounts. Select our permissions. We'll click All. And the landing directory will be Accounts/Uploads. Click on Add. And now we want to copy this password. I'm going to click to copy it to my clipboard, and I'll place it in my notepad. Now we're ready to take the information that we've established within Azure into the Ndex platform to complete that side of the connection. The information we'll need is the username. We'll need the connection string, which I'll copy. We have our password saved to our notepad, and we need to remember that the directory we set up was called Uploads. So we'll go into Ndex, navigate to Interface Management, and then Destination Servers, and we'll add a new server. You can call it whatever you would like. I'll call this Ndex Demo. The server address for the time being, I'm going to paste in the entire connection string. The directory was Uploads. The port will be 22. The username is the beginning of the connection string, everything before the @ sign. I'll copy that and paste it here, and then remove that as well as the @ sign from the server address, leaving only the server address in that field. The password will be the password we saved to our notepad. We need to assign the server to those who should have access to it. Click Save, and now we'll activate the server. Select it, click on Activate. After clicking Activate, you'll see the notice that shows you need to wait 24 hours to utilize a connection. I'm going to click Agree. I'll come back in 24 hours and test my connection, and then I can begin to use the Ndex Extraction Management Services to set up my files for delivery to Azure. In the next video, we'll learn to use the Ndex Extraction Management Services to create and deliver our files.